Welcome back to Wikilert.
Today, we're stepping into a story that sparked outrage, concern, and heated debate across the combat sports world. The reported arrest of Raja Jackson, son of MMA legend Quinton Rampage Jackson, following a shocking incident at a Knokx pro wrestling event in California. On August 23, 2025, picture this: a 24-year-old MMA fighter, carrying the weight of his father's legacy, steps into a wrestling ring, only for a scripted moment to spiral into a violent assault that left a wrestler hospitalized and the internet ablaze. The fallout, including unconfirmed reports of Raja's arrest, has fans and critics questioning where the line between performance and reality lies. Let's unpack this troubling moment, explore Raja's journey, and reflect on what it means for him, his victim, and the world of professional wrestling. To understand this incident, we need to know Raja Jackson. Born in 2001 in Memphis, Tennessee, Raja grew up in the shadow of his father, Quinton Rampage Jackson, a former UFC light heavyweight champion known for his ferocious knockouts and larger-than-life personality. Raja followed a similar path, diving into combat sports at 17, training in both MMA and wrestling. By 2022, he'd built an undefeated 4-0 amateur MMA record, with standout wins like a slick submission over Malik Lee and a knockout of Hastings McMillan, as noted by Sports Zone. His professional debut came in August 2023 at United Fight League 3, where he faced a setback, losing by decision to Steve Collins. Despite the loss, his father's support never wavered, and Raja's raw talent hinted at a bright future. But on that fateful night in California, at a Knokx pro wrestling event streamed live on the Kick platform, everything changed in a matter of seconds. The incident unfolded during a match involving independent wrestler Stuart Smith, known in the ring as Syko Stu, a U.S. Army veteran who uses wrestling to cope with PTSD. Reports from sources like MMA News and India Times paint a grim picture. Earlier in the evening, Smith reportedly struck Raja in the face with a can, mistaking him for another performer in what he thought was a playful wrestling bit. Raja, caught off guard, warned Smith not to repeat it, even addressing his online audience about his intent to retaliate. Roughly 30 minutes later, during Smith's scheduled bout, Raja stormed the ring. In a moment that was supposed to be a staged spot, he lifted Smith overhead, slammed him hard onto the mat, and unleashed over 20 punches on the seemingly unconscious wrestler. The crowd gasped, realizing this wasn't scripted. Smith wasn't selling the attack, wrestling lingo for pretending to be hurt. Other wrestlers rushed in to pull Raja away, but the damage was done. Smith was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries, and Raja was banned from Kick midstream. The aftermath was chaos. Social media erupted, with clips of the assault going viral. One ex-post from @Dartsick called it attempted murder, warning that Smith was still unconscious and could face life-threatening consequences. Another, from @ClipSen, shared the moment Raja was banned on Kick, amplifying the shock. Fans on Reddit were merciless, with comments like, "That was a walking L," and "He needs to go to jail," reflecting the outrage. The wrestling community, including historian Dave Meltzer, called it one of the worst in-ring incidents they'd ever seen. Rampage Jackson, streaming live with Syko on Kick when he learned of the incident, was visibly horrified. He later took to X to clarify that Smith was awake and stable, explaining that Raja, who'd suffered a concussion days earlier, was told he could get payback in the ring as part of the show. Rampage didn't mince words. His son, an MMA fighter, had no business in a wrestling ring, and the moment was a work gone wrong. He expressed deep concern for both Raja's health and Smith's recovery, apologizing on his son's behalf. The question of Raja's arrest is where things get murky. Multiple sources, like a YouTube video from Peppo News titled, "Raja Jackson Arrested After Attack on Wrestler Syko Stu," claim he was taken into custody, with fans on X echoing this, one stating he definitely got arrested. Yet, as Sports Zone notes, no official arrest records have been confirmed as of August 24, 2025, leaving the legal status uncertain. Law enforcement is investigating whether the assault was premeditated, which could lead to criminal charges, especially given the severity of Smith's injuries. The lack of clarity hasn't stopped the speculation. Posts on X range from calls for accountability to defenses of Raja, with one user noting that Smith's initial strike and the encouragement to go for real muddied the waters. The incident has sparked a broader debate about safety in wrestling, with fans and professionals, including Sean Ross Sapp, pointing out that while the spot was planned, Raja's excessive force crossed a dangerous line. This story hits hard because it's more than a scandal. It's a collision of ambition, misjudgment, and real-world consequences. Raja, carrying the weight of his father's name, stepped into a world he wasn't trained for, professional wrestling, where scripted moves demand precision, not MMA's raw aggression. Smith, a veteran battling personal demons, became an unintended victim, his story resonating with fans who shared on X how wrestling was his therapy. The parallels to other stories we've covered, like Lil Nas X's public struggles or the tragic loss of Marco Simoncelli, are striking, moments where passion and pressure lead to unforeseen fallout. Raja's concussion, as Rampage noted, adds another layer. It's a reminder of the physical and mental toll combat sports take, even on the young. The wrestling community is now calling for stricter safety protocols, with one Reddit user arguing that independent promotions like Knokx need better oversight to prevent such chaos. As we reflect on this moment, it's impossible not to feel the weight of it all. Raja Jackson's actions have left a mark, not just on Stuart Smith, but on his own future. The unconfirmed arrest reports hang like a dark cloud, a potential turning point for a young fighter with so much promise. Yet, there's hope in the response. Rampage's accountability, the wrestling community's push for change, and the fans who, amidst their anger, pray for Smith's recovery. This isn't just about one night. It's about the fine line between performance and reality, and the human cost when that line blurs. What do you think Raja's next steps should be? How can wrestling ensure this never happens again? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. Thank you for joining me in navigating this heavy story. If it moved you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that shape sports. Until next time, let's hold space for healing and accountability.